Thank you for listening to the Nate Jackson Podcasting Network.
What up, beautiful people? It's your boy, Nate Jackson, and this is the Super Funny Comedy Club podcast, and I'm here with my co-host for the show. On my immediate left is...
Ayano. How's it going, guys?
What up? And then on her left is...
Joy. Missed me.
And now we're going to dive in.
Episode 2. We're back again, guys.
What you got?
Am I kicking this off?
Kicking like Pele.
Okay, so I want everyone to know official voting for the president starts this fall. But if you guys have not become aware, we do have yet another celebrity running for president for 2020. Kanye West has spoken his bipolar mind about running for this next presidential election.
Well, how do you feel about that?
It's not a feel. So my first instinct was Elon Musk had endorsed him, but said, hey, if you're going to do that, let's do it for 2024. So we have a lot more time to work with. Yeah, which I'm like, hey, actually, that might be a good idea. Because by then, maybe I will have forgotten all about the Trump endorsements he's been doing. And maybe I will have forgotten about the sex tape of the potential first lady. Maybe. By then, I'm sure COVID will have wiped my brain. So... that's where I'm at as far as an opinion. But the thing that I wanted to talk about was Chance the Rapper's comments on how no one was supporting Kanye West because he was a black man. And
he said people aren't supporting because he's black?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like it's a lot more loaded than that. Like,
do you?
It's, yeah.
Well, tell us how loaded is it?
Yeah, like, I mean, because I don't think it's just, I think people are, first of all, are fed up of having billionaires in office, and people are fed up of having, you know,
unqualified candidates.
Yeah, like really out of touch people. For one, out of touch people. They might have experienced the same things before, you know, they came up, but now that they've come up, a lot of them can be very like, you know, in their own little bubble. And I think for me personally, like that's part of the reason why too. Unqualified and like, I don't know, I'm a political science major. I studied that for 4 years. So
you know a little something. You have a valid point.
Like, yeah, like anyone should be run for president, but it's also like, who are we really, you know, like it's as long as they can really take care of the people and can really help serve, then I don't think there should be a qualification list or like, you can do it, you can't do it.
You don't think there should be?
I mean, to a degree, but I feel like at the end of the day, as long as people are serving people, like that's the most important thing. And that depends on like, you know, who you're serving and like what, but if
you're talking too careful.
Let me tell you, this is my thing.
You're just gonna have to nut up.
Just tell him
how
like,
you feel.
Yes, he may be a black man that represents like the underdog demographic, but at the same time, he's so disconnected from real reality.
Yeah.
From general people as a whole.
Right.
Like, I have yet to hear him form a complete sentence that did not sound like something that came off the back of a Cracker Jack box.
Right.
Yet. And I'm not saying that he's not genius. He's genius on a spectrum, but his delivery alone confuses the hell out of me and it makes me I'm impatient with information. So if you don't know what you want to say, how do I expect you to speak for me? Not just to speak for me, but to represent our country as a... We already have one person that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. We've done that for plenty of years. And I would like something new. I would love something new. I would love the truth.
My 2 cents. My 2 cents on this is that I'm done with narcissistic nut jobs.
Yes.
And we need at least 16 years of just someone sane. Someone who understands the people's plights and somebody who's actually fighting for us. Kanye West is clearly out of touch. Jumping from Trump supporting to selling $4,000 homeless clothes to moving to the middle of Wyoming. Like that is a movie you make when you don't want to be associated with the
midlife crisis
people.
Type beat.
Yeah, it's going down out there, man. And so
have you seen his summer line? He's dropping a new shoe. It looks like a Glade plug-in.
The whole shoe?
The whole shoe looks like a Glade plug-in. And I'm the worst person to talk about what fashion is, okay? I am. I'm naturally, I don't know what's in and what's not, but it's like the evolution of a Croc.
The evolution of a Croc.
Yes. Mixed with a COVID, like quarantine. It just looks like a homeless person's shoe.
So he can run all he wants. Anyone can run.
Yes.
It's a free country.
Yep.
Does that mean they should?
But I want you to know.
It's his money. If he can get the people to back him and people supposedly taking him serious, run all you want.
It's
at
a
the end of the
waste
day,
now.
you're not going to win unless you win.
And there's deadlines. So to get serious, there's deadlines that he's missed in order to actually be an elected official. It's not so much that he doesn't have the credentials, he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have the support. If you were going to actually run, you had to submit your name prior to a certain deadline. So all of this is literally just to continue to confuse voters into saying that you have another option. You do have another option. Biden, Trump.
People about to be writing in all kind of stuff. And that was part of how Trump got in the first place. Right. Hella people were writing in Harambe.
Stop splitting the vote. I know you don't. Here's the thing. I don't believe in voting for lesser than two evils. My whole thing is we already know the devil we're dealing with doesn't suit everyone. It doesn't. And so we need someone that'll suit everyone. Does Biden actually do that? No. Right. But I can say this. He seems like a much more easier to deal with person than what I know right now.
At least Obama's got his ear. And now he's structuring his policies with Bernie Sanders.
Oh,
and that's progress.
Bernie sat with him and was like, let me tell you what we need to do on your policies.
Real life stuff. I voted for Bernie.
I would like to add also with the whole election thing, I'm kind of weary about it too, because I want to make sure that whoever we vote, we're still able to keep up with the work that we're doing right now. And I don't want people to be like, oh, we got a Democrat president office and, now we're good. Yeah, like,
no,
we're good.
That's not it.
But like, it requires, it's not just voting, it's like actually getting out there and
doing
I was kind of
work.
on the fence about voting because I'm not a big fan of Joe Biden either, but I also really don't like Trump. And then I saw this quote from Angela Davis, and she pretty much, Dr. Angela Davis, but she was saying how, like kind of to sum it down, basically like whoever you vote for, think about the person that's going to be in office, how we're able to still make progress with that person in office, whether you like them or not, right. And she was saying like, she was saying like Joe Biden, if he was president, like it would make things a little bit easier, but that's not the true answer to everything.
Right. It's not a solution.
Everything.
It's just progress.
Right. And I was like, that's a good way to put it. Cause like it's kind of like that lesser two evils thing that you were saying. But there's like a truth to also at the same time, like there's going to be one that's better for
listen.
People.
We just need change. We don't care what
it cannot be Donald Trump.
Right,
I'll vote for this cup before I'm voting for Donald Trump. Are you shitting me? The comedy club is currently closed down because of how we handle COVID as a nation. Other nations are wide open. They manage their stuff. This shit is insane. Yeah. Our president has golfed more than any other president in the history of somebody taking the Oval Office. This shit is a joke.
It's beyond a joke. Did you see his commercials for the Goya beans? I'm letting you know, Goya beans are... So it's not a commercial. It's his little photo op.
Is that the daughter?
Yes, him and his daughter. So he has like a whole spread of all the Goya bean products. And I can tell you right now, my entire Puerto Rican family canceled Goya altogether. They texted me in the group chat. Guess what we're on? I would rather eat dirt. Okay, looks like we're eating dirt. But
Puerto Ricans definitely got a case because he went down there and threw paper towels at him after not giving them any relief.
And they still do not have 100% functioning water, electricity. Right. They are still suffering.
Neither does Flint, Michigan.
I'm saying, and for those of you that don't know, Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. So I need you to understand just like the magnitude of the decision making that is coming this fall. But before the fall's over, we wanted to talk about summer. Do we want to get into summer?
You guys into summer.
Let's switch. What's up?
What's up? So speaking of switching, I don't know if you guys...
Drums, please.
Every time the season changes, my body does a thing. It's like...
Seasons change.
So my nose acts up, my eyes are itchy. I'm on permanent eye drops for the rest of my life because I'm allergic to the seasons.
Okay.
So, and I thought this was just a me thing, but I was reading an article the other day. This kid's like 23 years old.
Oh, damn kid.
Here's my thing.
23.
23. I'm 30 something. So we'll talk about them being 23. A kid. Baby.
You ain't no kid either. I'm in here with two grown ass women.
Anyways, this young man was at his aunt's house and he was eating some cake. He realized that he's allergic to literally everything, like nuts, like everything.
I'm allergic to nuts too.
I'm sick of you. I'm so sick. Like what kind of nuts?
Sucks.
Like peanuts or like crazy people?
Crazy. What do you mean?
Crazy people.
But you're in comedy.
Nuts.
I think you meant like peanuts or like almonds.
Right. I said like peanuts.
like,
I'm not allergic to anything dietary. But I ain't messing with no nuts, okay? Keep your nuts away from me.
So he's like realizing he ate whole flour, and he's supposed to have like almond flour, like some type of, supposed to be celiac. So that's what it was. And so he tells his aunt, and she's running around, and it's been an hour and they can't find his EpiPen. And so he calls his mom down, I guess, or whatever. And she's like, oh, I switched them before you came down. So those are the flourless ones. The ones you ate are the almond flour one. To me, that would have triggered something. And he thought about it like, that's a dumbass answer. How does that happen? Well, come to find out, he kept asking questions and kept probing. And he found out both of his parents have been lying to him his entire life. He's not allergic to anything.
I'd be pissed.
Like at all?
At all. Has 0 allergies, but he's literally, because his mother wanted him to live, I don't know what the terminology is, but there's a special word for like anti-dairy, anti-nut, anti-wheat.
There's a word for that?
There is a word for that. There is a word for that.
The only people like that I've met are like vegans who want to go like the extra step, and then people who have like all the allergies, like this kid who doesn't actually have allergies.
Let me get this right. So he's allergy free, and his parents had him on an allergy diet.
So he would have a preference when he got older, so they could extend his life and he would make more conscious, healthy decisions.
That's stupid.
I've heard of parent manipulation, but I'm like, how do you feel at 23 years old? You wake up and you've been eating 5 things your whole life. Okay, can't have a damn chicken nugget from McDonald's. You can't go out with your friend. You got to come with a snack pack. Girl, everything is made with some type of allergen type thing in it. So everything, he probably came with elite lunch boxes since like the 2nd grade with like,
he was eating quinoa before it got popular.
He's probably going to feel like he is allergic once he starts eating everything else, because that stuff's going to run through that digestive system
that's
like
true.
firecrackers.
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Even if I don't eat meat,
It takes some getting used to handle a 4 for 4 from Wendy's.
yeah,
Shit.
I don't
Wait
eat
till he
meat
touches
for like
Taco
a week.
Bell.
Same thing, yeah.
that horse meat. That horse meat's gonna kill.
Boom. He's going to be running for the border, all right.
Yes.
Wow, I'd be pissed. That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
Like as a parent, we lie to our children. I'm a parent. I lie to my kid all the time.
About what?
I mean, like Santa Claus. That's a big one, right?
Okay. Sorry for the children who are watching this. I just found
Please
that
don't.
out.
No, if you're letting your child watch this
7
show, you're a questionable parent, and CPS needs to be contacted because you are rotting. No, I'm just kidding. Let your kids watch this, but bleep all the words out because we like to cuss over
Santa Claus is something you lie about?
Okay. Santa Claus exists. He's a person. However,
but what else? Like not holiday related. You said you lie every day. You don't have to lie about Santa Claus in August. What are you lying to your kid about every day?
Every day. Well, first off, I tell her that nighttime is essentially when it gets darker, not when it is dark. So technically, nighttime, bedtime could be anywhere between 6 and 8 o'clock. But technically, she can stay up as long as she wants to. But what she doesn't know is that the vitamins that she gets is also melatonin. So for me, I just feel like
You knock her out.
God damn it.
My mama used to give me,
The
whiskey?
vitamin she takes is also melatonin.
She's like, Mom, can I have some candy?
Say
She's
something.
well
Mommy-
rested.
Mommy about to get out in these streets.
Nah, I just
It sounds like...
No.
That's why you're able to be on the phone like, yeah, I'll see you around 9 o'clock. I'm like, what mom knows when she's
counting
free?
down when her kid's about to knock out.
Right. She's like, take this vitamin and wash it down with this NyQuil.
The Flintstone, she loves the Flintstones. Never seen an episode of Flintstones. I know I'm depriving her of a real childhood. However, she likes that purple one, and what she don't know is the grape one is the sleep night pill that lets mommy have a full 8 hours, because this girl will get up in the middle of the night.
So you out here, Bill Cosby and the baby. So mommy can go live her best life.
I'm not going nowhere. I just want some real sleep. The uninterrupted sleep. She likes that. She's bad. She's not bad. My baby's not bad. She likes to wake up.
It's too late.
attitude.
You've already said it. So as your child gets older and she sees the projects and content that her mommy's creating, I'm going to make sure the baby sees this episode and realizes that for most of her childhood at night,
she's gonna think she's narcoleptic. Whole time she's been popping her daily pills, not knowing she's taking melatonin. I'm a bad parent, and that's okay. That's okay.
A million strong and snoring. So mommy can be fast.
Just don't put a recall on the melatonin, okay? Just don't. That's all I don't need right now is the recall on melatonin. It gets me through 8 hours of the night.
So you feel kind of like the mom in the story is actually right.
I think it served no real purpose, though. That's my only thing is like...
Was he obese?
No.
Maybe she did serve her purpose then. She put her baby on a whole nother diet than what's recommended.
But why would you say he's allergic? Why wouldn't you just, this is my thing. People have natural diets with their children all the time and just say, we don't, like when you're halal or when you don't eat pork.
I agree.
And you're Muslim, you've never eaten pork, and you explain to them, we as a family just don't eat pork because X, Y, and Z. I'm all good for having that conversation, and I have those more than I lie. So, I mean, does she understand me? Probably not. Will she appreciate it when she gets over? Maybe. But she'll know that mommy was honest about
My
most.
mom.
Have you ever told your baby, like you're at a park
and
she still wants to play, but mommy's done? Have you ever said, I'm going to leave you, and you start leaving?
Have I ever left my child? Yes, like to the point she cried.
Have you ever fake left while your baby like cried and looked for you?
Because she hates getting out the car. She'll
But you
fake
saw
sleep.
her and she didn't see you. You're like,
Yeah, I'm like, bye, Em. And then I'll walk around the car and I'll be like on the side of the pole because I have a parking garage. And she'll literally, I'll wait till full blown tears. She's a Cancer. She gonna cry at
A Cancer.
She is big old crybaby. So within 30 to 45 seconds, full blown tears, and I wait till she starts screaming, "Mommy, it does something to my ego." I know I'm a narcissist, okay? So when she starts crying, I'm like, all right. She's like, "Mommy," I'm like, all right, let me go show her I ain't leave her. But I was like, see, this is what happens next time. Mommy's gonna leave you, and you got to keep reinforcing that fear.
that I will leave.
Yes. That's probably why kids got like fake abandonment issues. Like you got both your parents, they probably just threaten you every time at the park, say who's gonna leave you, and it's probably why you super clingy.
I'm just saying, I think some parents have some questionable tactics that are consistently working in their life.
I feel like as humans, our literal function is to manipulate everything. So we're not even like saying parents are bad. I'm here out of manipulation. You're here out of manipulation.
No, I'm here out of free will and wanting to give.
No.
I'm here because I want to make the people have a good time and laugh. I think
but you're manipulating.
How are you manipulating Ayano right now?
Oh no, not because I'm saying everything is a manipulation. Like we're doing things for the purpose of something else, right? That's all a manipulation.
No, I do things for the purpose of the thing I'm doing it for.
Okay, but it's still manipulation.
No, what you just said is different. You said,
oh, just because I'm using another person to manipulate doesn't make me any less.
You do actions A to get to solution
We do.
C.
Yes.
No, I go from A to B.
Oh, okay. That's fine. You're linear. That's okay. I'm going to come back to B after I've done X, Y, Z. I'm going to come back.
Let's be in this situation.
All right, so when you wake up in the morning and put your feet on the floor, are you a good person or are you a piece of shit? Because your tactics...
I will let the people decide.
Half of them just yelled at the screen.
I'm
piece
sure
of shit! She's a piece of shit!
I hope none of you guys
told
take
she
me
was manipulative.
literally. Speaking of manipulation...
Yeah.
I know we had talked. I text Ayano quite often now. To this point, she should have never gave me a number. I'll probably text her
Is
at
it a
3
bad
o'clock in the
decision?
morning.
Yeah, because she's manipulating you.
See, I'm making you do what I want to do, which is talk to me. I don't have friends in COVID. But no, what were we talking about this week? For
Megan Thee Stallion.
Go ahead.
So Megan Thee Stallion, she was shot in the foot over the weekend, early Sunday morning.
Like Harlem Night style.
Yeah.
You
and-
want to shoot a bitch in the pinky toe.
And so like the details of the story, I think it's kind of like pending, like there's still a lot of like speculation, and obviously people are on Twitter making their theory threads.
Right.
But she was shot and she was with Tory Lanez and Kylie Jenner. And so like
That's hella random. That's a random ass squad.
I remember like going on like her notification came up for live and I clicked on it and I was like, this is weird. Like I would expect her and Tori, but not Kylie, especially because Megan's tight with Jordan.
Right.
And
Maybe Kylie was like their tour guide because Megan's from Houston, Tori's from Toronto,
But I
and
think
they needed
Megan's in
somebody
LA.
from Cali to show them around.
Right.
Is she not living in LA?
Well, Tori owns a house in LA. I'm a site stalker.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was his party,
Right.
whose party. I just know that they were in either West Hollywood or Northern LA area-ish.
No, they was in the Hollywood Hills.
I believe it. So the medley of friends doesn't add up to me.
Yeah.
The story doesn't add up. Like we still don't know who shot Megan Thee Stallion. Like story's still.
Megan might have shot Megan Thee Stallion. For all we know.
Well, she said somebody. So I mean, is she referring to herself
She
in third person?
also in that caption where she was clearing up everything, she said something about like saving her energy, like kind of like, like, oh, I have to let me pull it up. Actually, I just was looking at it before, but
Girl, you better pull it up.
She was saying The whole experience was an eye-opener and a blessing in disguise. I hate that it took this experience for me to learn how to protect my energy. And I was kind of like,
girl,
what's the energy? Like,
do I need to be talking to my
you know?
spiritual ancestors?
That does not mean she didn't shoot herself in the foot.
Is she the bad
She could have
energy?
literally been like, "You guys get back away from pow."
I mean, she's from Texas. I'm pretty sure they're like, she's a trained cowgirl. I would hope gun
trained
safety
cowgirl.
part of the Texas law. Like, I'm sure that's like to pass third
I
grade.
think she's a rootin', tootin' booty, tootin'.
I'm just saying,
Diva.
Megan the Stallion, like, if we're talking like full blown Texas, yes.
She's from like South Houston too, I'm pretty sure. Like,
She from H-Time.
Yes.
T-I-N-E.
Yes.
not the suburbs, but
I'm not sold that she's the accidental foot shooter.
So what happened?
In my mind.
You got 90 seconds to tell me what happened in those Hollywood Hills.
Allegedly.
No. I want to know what you think is the truth.
Kylie Jenner's involved. You can say whatever you want.
Kardashian curse.
No, I'm a firm believer.
You got 90 seconds. I'm not even going to
90
insert anything
seconds.
because I don't want you
So-
to manipulate your story.
Cardi,
Cardi B was there?
If Cardi was there, she would have been shooting. So let's talk about it. I believe that Tory Lanez will not admit to anything, and nothing will be admitted to him because that gun charge would then stick to him, and we'd have a whole different issue.
I don't want you to handle this like a young attorney approaching the bench.
I don't know what happened.
I don't want to hear that shit. I want you to piece the story together for me. I just walked in. You said Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot. I said, how? You tell me. Make it up. What happened? 90 seconds.
I feel like Kylie has like the feds on her, and someone pulled up and tried to either A, rob them, or B, do like a kidnap type event. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was some disrespect. It was definitely some violation. And then I feel like shit popped off. Tory had a gun for self-defense, but because Megan is so tall and Tory's bite size, you know, they probably shot the wrong person, right? Because it's her foot. They was probably aiming for him because he's more closer to the ground than she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just happened to get hit in the crossfire, which is why her manager was like, Tory Lanez is a dead guy when I see him type stuff. He probably failed to protect her.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he shot back because he got all them shooter videos, you know what I'm saying? He be cocking the gun sideways. You know what I'm talking about? When they be like, you know, when you shoot sideways, you got to know because that ricochet going to bust you in your face if you don't know how to hold it right. But
Time. Ayano.
yes.
What happened in the Hollywood Hills?
What happened? Is this like my theory?
Yes.
My theory is
88
that
seconds.
Megan Thee Stallion was hanging out with obviously those two, and I never really like processed everything. I just saw like
nope, you got to give us the real.
But I'm kind of agreeing with you. I think it was something a little bit deeper and a little bit more like stuff that the regular people don't know about, like some like, you know, maybe some industry type stuff too, because like, I don't know, just, you know, stuff like that can get dark, especially like
She
with the
did have
family
that
you
issue
know,
with
like,
her label. You remember that?
Oh,
Where they
yeah,
weren't trying to
yeah.
release her. And you know them Houston people.
Your
don't
90
play.
seconds.
I'm just
Don't
I'm
come in
giving her
here
support to her thesis.
manipulating her 90 seconds. She only had, and you said 88 seconds. I heard you. Is that your theory? There's got to be some.
Yeah, and then that Kardashian curse type stuff too.
Ooh.
Like there was like a thread. I didn't get through all of it, and then I like closed out of my app, and then my timeline refreshed, so I lost it. But there's like, you know, all those theories about like everyone they come across, they get drained, they turn into like drug addicts, or they have mental health issues. Yeah, like things like that. And then I saw like a thread that was something about like them being like witches and stuff like that.
So maybe that's that
and
protecting her energy. That's the type of stuff she was talking about.
And then like also on top of that, like Jordan and Kylie were best friends. They don't get along anymore.
Sparks?
So I think there was.
you bringing her in
no,
there.
not Jordan Sparks. Jordan Woods. Yeah, Woods. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was like some, not like maybe like not that Jordan has anything to do with it, but just kind of like some revenge. Like,
So you think there's revenge witches?
I think I wouldn't be surprised if
How
Kylie
does someone
Jenner,
get shot?
This sounds like a
know. Who
Netflix
knows?
original series
Yeah.
that might
All
be
right,
fire.
here's my 90 seconds on what happened. So the Kardashians were in the hills of Hollywood. Tory Lanez was on a Shetland pony, not an actual horse, a Shetland pony. That way he looked normal size. Meg Thee Stallion came up on an actual stallion, and she was like, that's not how you ride a goddamn horse. I'm from H-Town. Kylie Jenner came up on foot, and she was like, has anybody seen my baby? Nobody knew where the baby was. So they started looking, and then a search party came. They found Tory Lanez in a bush bush next to a dead Shetland pony, and they picked him up and said, "Is this the motherfucking baby?" And she was like, "No, that's a grown-ass little man." Megan Thee Stallion was like, "That's my motherfucking grown-ass little man." She got mad, socked one of the search party people in the face. The pony woke up, bit Tory Lanez on the ass. Megan tried to shoot the pony, foul, shot herself in the goddamn foot, and that's when the police showed up. 90 seconds.
There we go. There we go.
You're efficient. I'll give you that. You utilize your time very well, and it was very well animated.
You can tell he's the entertainment in the room. Yeah.
We're just here for commentary.
Yeah. I just kind of scrambled my
manipulation.
words.